Hi Year 6 and welcome to week 5 of term 6. Hope you're all well and as always thank you for all the work you've been sending through to us if you're still working at home. We've really enjoyed reading your assassin stories from last week. Now this week we're making a return to some poetry and we're going to be hoping to create an end of year poem as either a whole class or as a whole year group. So please, if you do the work this week, make sure you send in some of your compositions because we want to include everybody if we can in our final end of year video. Okay, so good luck for the week and we will hopefully hear from you soon.
It's Monday the 29th of June and today we are going to be explaining our understanding of a poem. So I just want you to have a little look at these questions and think about how you would answer them. If you advise someone, what does it mean? Can advice be good or bad or both? Do people always listen to advice? And why do people sometimes advise others? The aim of the first part of our week is to understand a poem and create a modern version for our end of year virtual celebration. We want to share it with the rest of the school and people at home, so please don't forget to send in your work to your class teacher this week. The title of the poem this week is If. What do you think the poem will be about, and why do you think that? The poet who wrote If also wrote these books, The Jungle Book and the Just So Stories. I wonder if you've read either of them. And this poem was written in 1895 by Rudyard Kipling, and he wrote it for his son. So we're going to do some focused listening. I'm going to read the poem, or you can choose to read it yourself. It's on the coming slide. You might want to pause it. There is also a copy on the website. So whilst you're reading it, or whether you're listening to it, I want you to think about what is the poem doing, and why might it have been written for his son. So listen for anything which you think you understand and get ready to share your ideas with somebody near you or just to jot them down if you're on your own. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to, broken, and stoop and build 'em up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. So, what do you think the poem is doing, and why might it have been written for his son? Share your ideas with someone near you. We're going to look at verse 1 in more detail now. Which lines are advising you to stay calm when others are panicking? Why do you think that? Which lines advise you not to follow the crowd in spreading gossip and rumours? How do you know these are the lines? Which lines are advising you to believe in yourself, even if others don't? Which lines suggest that the reader should be patient? Hopefully you understand that first verse a little more now. Next, we're going to look at verses 2 and 3 in more detail. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. What do you think those words mean? How might you write it in your own words? This is my understanding of those two lines. If you can be ambitious and dream about the future, but not let these thoughts completely control you. I wonder what you wrote. Now pause these slides and jot down your ideas for what you think the meaning behind some of verse 2 and 3 is. If you have printed off the poem, you can annotate your ideas around it like we have done in previous lessons. Were there any parts you struggled to understand? Can anyone near you help make it clearer? Let's look at verse 4 together. This is verse 4. You can see on the right-hand side that I've put some ideas for what each line might mean. See if you can match them up. Pause the slides to compare your ideas. Now click on one of these links and listen to somebody else read the poem. Do you understand it a little bit more now? Finally, an extension question. Do you think this poem is still relevant now? What do you think of the advice given 120 years after it was written?